Hello, everyone, and welcome into another episode of Dogs in the Draft. My name is Connor Riley. I'm joined by Mike Griffith, and today we are breaking down Georgia defensive lineman Warren Brinson and what he brings to the next level. Mike, this is a guy that played a ton of football in his 5-year career at Georgia, won 2 national championships, played a key role on Georgia's defensive line in each of the last 2 seasons. So what does Warren Brinson bring to the next level after his career at the University of Georgia?
Well, you look at him, it's prototypical size and athleticism. That's the first thing you like about Warren Brinson. Probably a little bit better pass rusher than a lot of the defensive tackles out there. There's been some questions about his ability to hold at the line of scrimmage. I think he's gotten stronger as his career has progressed. I think when he finished, he was more than capable. Has the potential to be an NFL starter, certainly a 2-deep guy, certainly a guy that's going to be rostered. Another Georgia player who I believe has his best football ahead of him. I think he's a high IQ football player, and I think he's pretty versatile as far as an inside defensive tackle. I think Brinson, a guy that probably goes on the 3rd day, but no doubt gets drafted. A lot of teams are going to look at him and say, you know what, we can tweak a couple of things. He's going to be a pro. The paycheck's going to be coming. When they ring the bell, Warren Brinson's going to be ready at the next level.
Yeah, Warren Brinson, a guy that just played a ton of football for Georgia. A rotational guy in that 21 defense, a bigger piece on that 2022 defense, playing next to Jalen Carter. He's obviously not the level of prospect that Carter was, but I do think that Brinson does some things well, and that's going to help an NFL team. He's a more penetrating style defensive lineman than someone you might necessarily ask to hold up and be an anchor in the middle of a run defense there. But he showed at times some impressive flashes and played well in big games at the University of Georgia. This is a guy, very colorful personality, gave back a lot during his time at Georgia, helping out in the community. And I think a team is going to draft Warren Brinson sort of knowing that they're going to get a professional coming in. This is a guy who, again, did it at the highest levels at the University of Georgia, won 2 national championships. And I think that as a late round guy, you may not expect him to develop into a star, but he is someone who can fill a role and help your team at the next level. So look for Warren Brinson to hear his name called on the 3rd day of this year's NFL draft. For Mike Griffith, my name is Connor Riley. That's our breakdown on Georgia defensive tackle Warren Brinson for Dogs in the Draft, presented by Kroger.